So it's been 14 years now, but in 2011, my 13-year-old son, after an argument at breakfast, walked upstairs and shot himself. And he was a 6'1" pitcher who could pitch at 80 miles an hour, straight A student, most popular kid in school, the balanced kid, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the aftermath of that is horrific. And we don't even need to get into that because I'm sure your listeners can imagine just there is no worse place. There's no worse
No,
place.
no parent should ever have to outlive their children,
Yes.
and they certainly shouldn't have to witness that.
Hold them while they die. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
I can't even imagine.
So what happened obviously immediately is I couldn't go back to that house. There was a series of things that happened. And luckily we had a lot of friends and firefighters and it took a month, but you know, they came together and they helped us move to another rental, right? But it wasn't much because I wasn't going to go back to work. At the time, we had twin 4-year-olds, one of them having autism, therapies 4 times a week. My oldest boy, who was bipolar, now missing his brother, who was only 12 months apart, same grade.
Yeah,
And there's no way. And then myself, like I still had to somewhat be there, at least as a mother. And, my husband being a firefighter was gone. So we found ourselves in this dark, dingy rental because it was all we could afford in the areas that my boy needed to go to school in. We had the one income, but again, all these other children. And 2 years goes by. And I'm sitting there, January 2013, I'm sitting there on the couch with my probably fourth glass of wine
mm,
and same frickin' TV program. And I hear this voice that says, Mom, Mom, enough, Mom, enough of the pity party, Mom. And I took assessment and I looked around and I saw my twins, now 5. They were happy, they were playing. And I looked at my oldest boy. He wasn't doing great, but he was doing better than me. But it was when I looked at my husband. He was thin, he was pale, but he was looking at me like I was going to break. And I said, I can't. I have to make a choice. I'm going to become this broken woman in a corner drinking every night and just barely thriving because she's supposed to. Or I'm going to find a way to choose life again. We'd had a bankruptcy, we'd had a short sale, but I knew we had to get out of that house. There was something about the foundation that was also making us sick.